Did Kendra G just encourage women to not date strictly for money and status? Did she also just encourage them in this video we're about to check out to stop caring so much about height? And finally, I don't know if I can actually handle the last one. Did she encourage him to drink coffee? No, literally, she actually tells him to go on coffee dates. Unbelievable. Keep watching. This is going to get interesting, but the most interesting video is the one I'm going to play after this.
A lot of women, they come on my show, they describe the same guy. They want him to have money, have swag, be attractive, and all of that. Now, I might have 10 of those guys, then I have 3,000 women. So just from that type of guy, there's just not enough to go with every person. Also, the things everybody's saying they want our grandma's love, like she just said, y'all don't know what grandma went through to keep that love. I would be happy by myself, taking care of myself before I tolerate your BS. So I say all that to say, if you really want to be a wife, character is all that matters. Not money, not...
Wow. I know some of you are saying, Chisha, don't you start with the pausing it. We just got to take it in. We've got to take in the full about face without acknowledgement, of course, that she's been wrong in the past. She says character is one of the only thing, the main thing that matters in a marriage relationship. Really? Wow.
Say, if you really want to be a wife, character is all that matters. Not money, not height. Is this man going to be there for you on your dying bed? If you couldn't walk tomorrow, would he wipe your behind? Those are the only components, and that's how women will run the game again. Because we put out there, you got to be attractive, because you got to have money, those men are acting up, and they acting like a damn fool because they know they got so many women that want them. Just date. Like, you know, people are like, Kendra, I need a man, and the Uber driver dropped him off. Well, was the Uber driver nice? Just go for coffee, girlfriend. It's just coffee. Like, you never know, because that Uber driver might...
First off, it's not just coffee.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
It's not just coffee. Stop downplaying the coffee. It's not just coffee, please. But let's keep listening.
Be an Uber driver, but maybe saving to make his own fleet, and maybe you're the sauce that can help him market it. A lot of marriages really are partnerships. Like, we just think the man's the head of the house, but maybe it was the woman's idea, he executed. And a lot of women who are powerhouse, I know she said you don't might want to build a man, and I get that, but you might also have no man to build. Either you can have a no man or invisible man or yourself. Like, you got to pick out of it. It's just the real talk.
Wow, it's just the real talk. That's it. That's the short video right there. And I want to say that I'm shocked, but let's be honest, man. We all kind of saw her shifting towards basically drinking coffee. It was force-fed. How many videos, how many interviews can you have? You can't speak to modern women consistently on a daily basis. If you notice, everybody, doesn't matter the gender, who's gone through that. In the end, they end up coming to the same conclusion. You chicks are delusional. You can't all have this guy that you're all saying you want. You understand that, right? You do understand that, right? Like, you get that, right? And every person who goes through this is always coming out on the other end, a coffee addict. But here's where things are going to get fun, right? We're going to have some fun here on this episode. We're going to check out Kendra. This is young Kendra, right? 41-year-old Kendra. We got to, you know, there has to be a different age grading for modern women, because when it comes to dating years, you know, they mature a lot less. So we'll say she's about, 5 years old in dating years in this video, right? But she's 41 in this video, I believe, if I'm not mistaken here. But they have a conversation, and you literally hear the difference between her here at 41 and her now, still in the same position, still single. She had a relationship, didn't work out, still hasn't been able to lock down a man. And this. All right, so we're not going to waste any time. We're going to get straight into it. This video is titled, Kevin Samuels has Kendra G jumping for answers. Net of it. Godfather strikes again. This is the first video that popped up. I'm sure it's on Kevin Samuels' main channel as well. So in this video, Kevin Samuels asks Kendra G, hey, would you respect a guy who's earning $40,000? I mean, in this other video over here, she's saying, guys, it's not about the money. Don't do what I did. It's not about the money. Please get yourself a man before you end up like me. And over here, you have her. I think this is 2 years ago. I actually think it's more than that. But anyways, he asks her, "Would you be able to respect a man who earns an average income? Because that high value dude, he might put you through some stuff." Let's keep listening.
Because I hear women come on and say, you know what, that high value thing, I really don't want that because I don't want to have to share him. All right, but then are you going to be able to look at a man making $45,000 a year and respect him to the same level that a high value man would be respected?
I would respect a man who's hardworking, and as long as he doesn't try to minimize me in any way. Now that's the biggest thing. If he's okay with me being my full self.
You didn't answer whether or not you respect him to the same level you respect the high value man.
Thank you.
Well, let me tell you this. I'm going to say yes, only because I'm going to tell you this. I've dated high value men. I've dated the men with the Rolls Royces and all the cars and all the glitz and glamour. And they always thought because they had the cars and the glitz and glamour that you got to bow down to them. And
I get it. But I'm talking about the man who's working at the post office.
I would say, now I'm going to tell you my requirements. I want you to be attractive. So if you're a guy that's working at the post office and you're attractive and you...
Hold on, let me time out. Why do you want to be attractive?
I can't have nothing.
No, let me explain. See, this is what's so wrong for so many of our women. You're supposed to be the attractive one, not us. Okay. Black women today have atavistic mating standards, very primitive, meaning I want you to look good. So he can make $40,000 a year as long as he look good.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that he can make $40,000 a year. I'm not.
That's what most black men make, $42,500.
Okay.
She's like, oh shit, really? If you ask the average chick today, you ask her, how much should your boyfriend be making, right? 20 years old. Like $200,000. That's just out of touch with understanding of earning potential, so on and so forth. Let's keep listening.
Okay, so Kevin, so are you saying in your perspective that it's over for me? Then I don't have.
No, it's not. No, what I'm saying is your price is too high.
How is my price too high?
Okay. Well, first of all, you asked me, and I'm going. You're 41 and unmarried.
Right.
You're
by
choice.
By choice.
Yeah, that's no.
Well, no, I can say that. I was once engaged when I was in college. Okay.
No.
I just got
see. This is what I mean. The engagement.
Man, I miss Kevin Samuels.
Engagement queens, you can't make this shit up.
No, I'm not. Listen, wait, Kevin.
Don't overtalk me. No.
Time out.
I said if we could start giving black women credit for engagements, you act like that shit matters. I'm not married, but I'm not by choice. Unless you're turning away proposals of men of value and esteem, it doesn't matter. Y'all talk about y'all are unmarried when ain't nobody that you want to marry trying to marry you.
Kevin, can I speak to that?
No, because I haven't got to my point. Because I haven't got to my point. You asked me why is it over for me? That's what you asked.
But I want just to say one thing, okay?
Let me get to my point, dude. Let me get.
Okay.
I didn't even. This is why it's over for a lot of sisters too. Look, you can be right all you want to. Men control access to marriage. And one of the major reasons that older women are getting passed over for younger women is you're too masculine. You're too bossy. You're too opinionated. That works well in the corporate world when you're making other people successful and rich and fine, but it does not work well when you're trying to connect with a man.
Right.
Why is it over for many women your age? One, because your income has risen. And females have evolved. Evolutionary biology says women want men to have at least what they have.
Right.
The older you get, the more money you make, the more education you have, the more resources you get, thereby inflating your estimation of yourself. But that estimation is not your sexual marketplace value. It is going down.
Can I respond? I want to be respectful because it's your
platform. Go ahead, but do you understand that example I just gave? The inverse proportional relationship.
Mind you that Kendra G, following this conversation, went to her platform after that and insulted Kevin Samuels and just tried to tear him down. And when I listen to this conversation, I'm like, yo, this was a fairly respectful conversation. I'm talking about from a completely respectful from his end. I say fairly because she's cutting him off a bunch of times and he's trying to make a point. But we see that like Kendra does that. But this wasn't the worst we've seen of Kevin matching energies with extreme disrespect at all, right? Which is what's so disheartening about this whole experience and how things have turned out. Because the question I would have to the audience, if you guys compare what she's saying here and how she sounds like now, was he right? Was he right when it comes to this particular situation? You can argue about delivery and all these other things. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. You realize what? Even when Kendra went out and she thought she was going to do things the right way, she is now ending up using the same exact talking points that he used, right?
I understand, but can I speak now? Because I'm being respectful. This is your platform, so I definitely want to honor your rules. I just got out of a relationship in January, and I could be married right now if that was my goal.
Oh man. So we've seen her go through 2 relationships so far. That's crazy, man. That's insane. Whoa.
Oh, this coffee is criminal.
This coffee is criminal.
But I would rather be happy than just married to say I have a husband. And I don't think that should be looked down upon. I don't think that's my honest truth. You could, feel away, but that's an honest truth. I was in a relationship that he wanted.
How long were you in it?
We were together since last year, 8 months.
Okay.
And he was ready to be married very soon, very early on. And I don't want to be
Coulda, shoulda, woulda. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. He was going to
married just to be married. I'm not going to live with fear and say, oh, okay.
So do you want to be married?
Huh?
You want to be married?
Excuse me?
Do you want to be married?
I want to be happily married. If I get married, it's going to be because...
Do you want to be married?
Oh, did he want to be married? Yes.
Do you want to be married?
I would be married to if it makes sense.
So that's it. But a part of me wants to listen to the rest of that. Why couldn't I find the whole thing? Just because the whole dynamic there is very interesting. I'm going to go look it up here. So interesting to see this obvious about face in the way that she's looking at things now compared to back then, right? I want to see if I can find the original video, which wasn't showing up fully when I searched it. Yeah, I was enjoying that. Did you guys? I hope you guys are enjoying that too. All right, guys. I think I found another channel here that actually has a full thing. I don't see it on the channel. Let's check it out.
And I don't want to be married just to
We won't check out the full thing. I'll just kind of watch it until I'm tired of it.
be married. I'm not going to live with fear and say, oh, okay.
So do you want to be married?
Huh?
You want to go back to what you want. You control access to your body, and for a time frame, women control access to whether or not kids are born. But see, what older women, especially accomplished women, have a hard time accepting is your value has a shelf life. After 35, you're at geriatric pregnancy. If you met a man that you found that you thought was...
Is it just me, or does she even look younger here? Right? She looks a lot younger here as to compared when you compare her to now.
The bee's knees, and he wanted 3 children. You can't carry them.
Okay, but Kevin, I would say this, right? Can I just say that?
Is that true?
I agree with you. I'm not.
So either he would have to forego having the children in his legacy, or he'd have to go find someone who could.
Or it could be a man that might already have children and doesn't want children.
Not my example. That's not my example. That's a different example.
Can I just say this? I respect your insight. I really do. That's why I came on your platform.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna allow what you think is gonna be for my life to be my life.
But then here she is, right? Here she is now.
I don't know you, lady.
Right, is that, well, my name is Kendra. You said my
I don't
name
know,
earlier.
lady, Kendra, ma'am. I don't know you.
Okay,
So, and the thing is, I'm not going to allow you to start getting upset because.
I'm not, Kevin, I'm not upset.
Look,
I'm not upset.
You came to my platform and asked
I
me, you asked me
did.
my opinion. Okay, so to tell me what you're not going to allow me to do, that's not necessary.
Makes sense. Gonna go on his platform, talk about I'm not gonna allow you to.
I wasn't trying to be rude. I was just ultimately
But what
saying,
would you call it? What would you call it? I'm not going to allow what you say to do what?
because, I mean, listen, I hear you, but I don't. There's plenty of women that I know that have had babies in their 40s, that have gotten married in their 40s. It can happen. So,
I'm talking black women?
yes, I'm talking black
Yeah,
women.
1 in 4 black women were married. 1 in 4 black women were married in their lifetime. So you telling me about the aged black women who marry after 40 and have babies? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm sorry. That is, unfortunately, and here's the thing. If you're waiting till your 40s to marry and have babies, you did something wrong in your 20s and 30s.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I will say this. I focus on my career, which I know you feel could be something wrong. I have no regrets. I have no saying is, yes, you're right. Maybe the statistics aren't there, but in my reality, in my worlds, I know women that...
Anecdotal evidence doesn't change the fact.
Huh?
Anecdotal evidence doesn't change the fact. You know people like you. That does not change the reality.
Well, okay. I'm not taking away from that.
What I'm saying is, ma'am,
I'm just saying that.
listen to what we're doing in the black. Listen to what we're doing in the black community. Take it away from you. Take it away from your friends. We're actually having a conversation about women having babies in their 40s. That's how warped we've become in the black community because we cannot get it together in our prime mating and marrying years. Because so many of our women value these so-called careers. Now, I don't doubt that you have a career, but I gotta let you know how many women I've talked to over the countless years who call their job a career.
That's that. You guys can go check out the rest for yourself. I just think this turnaround is insane.